Huggins Farm.
Good morning, guys. Well, I'm like a Baptist preacher. I ain't gonna be before you long now. But first and foremost, I want to thank Maurice, my cousin Sophie, for bringing us out this morning. And she asked me why I'm back by speaking. Yeah, I do it because she always supports me. So you got to return the favor. When somebody supports you, you got to return the favor. But me and my brother, we're gonna be truthfully speaking. We live over 1,000-acre farm operation. It's been a blessing. We got close to 400 acres in corn and the rest in beans, and we're almost done. We like about 80 acres in beans that's left. And, we picked up a new spot in Oklahoma. We was at the store one day back here about a month or so ago, getting some lunch, and this guy walked up on me. He said, "Are you Jay Huggins?" I said, "Yeah." "Would you be interested in some more farm ground?" I said, "Always interested in some more farm ground." So we went and checked it out. He said it was 80 acres, but according to the maps, I think it's about 110. So, just to be truly speaking, I took the initiative. We working on it now. The dad just talked to me a while ago. He's done spraying, doing a burn down on it. So we're gonna finish this up on everything. So we'll be done planting for the year. And if you guys want to check out our corn products over here in Oklahoma, down from the Green Farm, we have some of the tallest corn in the area. We got corn already chest high. And we planted March 20th, and to be honest, it's been a good year for corn. First thing I want to talk about, when it comes to row cropping, it's hard work, to be honest with you. My dad is a prime example. He started the farm back in 92, and he was like 300 to 500 acre farm with him and my uncle. But when we took over back in early 2014, 15, we went from that, and we look where we at now to this day. It's separate factors that plays in the row cropping: poor management and bad practice on farming. And when you do poor management on farming, it's going to show your results. The main thing is your fertility. If you don't have good fertility on your dirt, don't look for a good crop. I'm just going to be honest with you. This year we had different factors that went up, like corn urea went up to $800 a ton. And we stuck it out. I told my brother, look, we can't worry about that. We're going to just fight the bullet. Main thing is just managing. When it comes down to that, I myself is a seed rep for Great Heart Seed out of Illinois. I sell corn, wheat, and soybeans. And this year, my sales went from last year to $500,000. Now I'm at $2.7 million this year in sales. So I don't see $2.7 million. My commission off there, I'm just waiting to get that so I can pay off some stuff. And like Ms. Jones said, debt. Row cropping, you're gonna always have debt. I don't care what you do. You got to have maintenance, wear and tear, your workers. You never know what to expect. So the main thing, you have to practice good methods. Like my dad, if he was here, he'd be glad to tell you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, it's just working to it because I love it, and I get excited about it because every year brings about different changes. If you go back from last year, the drought we had, I didn't know what to do. I said, "Dad, we ain't never experienced this. Me and my brother new to this. What you gonna do?" First and foremost, say, look up to him. Has he ever failed us? First, and look where we at now. We still pushing. Do I have a little debt? Oh yeah, paying off from last year, but it's paid. So that's the main thing. The main thing is for row croppers now, it's a better advantage now than they ever been. The reason I said that now, if you look at the auction that's going on in Arkansas all around, it's more farmers that done went bankrupt, and the equipment got to sell. So now they're giving out loans. I'm just be truthfully speaking. I get loans all the time, get stuff. If I see somebody really want, make a phone call, go get it. So there's no excuse now for young black people not to go get anything. It all starts right here. When you got a poor mentality, that's what you're gonna get. When you hang around positive people, it's gonna show. And like I tell a lot of folks, they ask how does it work for y'all? Here's the way it works for me. You have to have a good mindset from the start to want to do this work. And your results is different every year. For what you put in is what you get back. Like this year, we're hoping for a better result this year because right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, everything is looking strong crop-wise. The beans is up to a good start. Corn is definitely off to a good start. So we just wait on the results to get back. So with that being said, just practice good crop rotation, good fertility. Those are your two major factors when it comes to row cropping. And next year we're looking to get even bigger because I want to go much farther in this game because dealing with row crop farming, you had to have alliances. And you just can't think about yourself. Like, for example, Maurice might have some knowledge I might need it for him, he might, and I might need something from him, he might need something from me. So that goes hand in hand when it comes to row cropping. And the main thing is taking care of your equipment. Don't go out here and get the newest piece of equipment they offer to you, because they gonna give it to you. And I know some buddies of mine, I just went and got a 24 model tractor. How much? 170,000. How many acres you for? 70 acres. Boy, do you know what your return they gonna be? Your zero. Cause it's stupid. Why would you go do that when you can just take an older model tractor around at least a 90 model and up, around 25 to 50,000, and have a 7-year note, you can see your profit. And the main thing when it comes to row cropping, when I say this, is a good quality tractor. Don't go out here and buy these different yin and yang, different tractors ain't gonna hold up because they're not built for it. My two reliable tractors that we always depend on, but we sold as John Deere. It ain't never failed us, but my two favorites is John Deere and Case. Those are your two top quality tractors that are always gonna stand for itself. So, with that being said, if anything I can do to help you, you have any questions, you can just call my number 662-542-8060. I'd be glad to help you out on anything. I'm gonna turn over my twin brother. I'm done talking. Hello everybody. He pretty much summed everything, but to him and my brother and I, like I said, every year brings a challenge to us. You know, we know what we're gonna face. The number one thing is weather. So we have to play it by day. And me and him, we communicate like clockwork every day. Hey bro, what you gonna do today? Or versus what, well, let's go see about check on this field. And see if it's dry. Cause you gotta make time for each certain field. If it's dry here, maybe a little damp there, you gotta make time. Cause the acreage we got, we can't play around. So every year that we do this, our number one thing that we always push for is more yields. So one year we had made a bet on a particular field, and I lost. I will admit, I lost. But it's called having faith in something that you do. Everybody love what you do. You gotta have faith in it. And this particular field, matter of fact, was down here in Pine Grove Bottom. And normally our seed plant time is about mid-April or mid-May. But this time we planted on June, I think the second week in June. It was 110 acres. Got it all planted. And harvest time came. The field that we had cut before, it yielded about maybe 75 to 80 bushels per acre. But this particular field is non-irrigated. And I was kind of amazed, even though it did yield it good, but we started cutting, and he got a call, and he said, boy, you know how much the yield is in this monitor showing? I said, how much? 110. I didn't want to believe him. On a non-irrigated field, I said, he got to be lying to me. So I hopped in the combine with him, and the whole time, the field never averaged on a non-irrigated field 110 to 96 on 30-inch spacing. And we fertilized and everything, but it just amazed me, that particular field, we hate planting in June, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And like I said, we made a little hefty bet. I hate losing against this group anyway. And, but the saying to say this, we take fertility very serious. That's one thing we don't take lightly. Like I said, we got an agronomist, we pull samples from different fields all over, see what it's lacking. And most times he's lacking magnesium, sulfur, calcium. So those are the main factors in this soil that will come out of row cropping that you get to push more fertility into to make it produce. And like I said, the rising cost right now of fertilizer is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie to you. We spending money on top of money. The main factor to keep everything running is fuel. We all hate going to a gas pump, we look at their price, we're like, oh God, $4.99 again. So, and we running multiple tractors, so the smaller tractor we got, the 4230, and how many gallons of hold? 50 gallons, so all the rest tractors holding 200 plus gallons. So you do 200 plus gallons at almost $5 a gallon. That adds up. And I'll tell anybody, you gotta have faith. This is not a get rich quick scheme in farming. Everybody knows that. So, everybody takes pride in what they do. And I'll tell anybody that's in, I don't care if it's produce, any kind of agriculture farming, without God's water, not my water, His water, that crop is not going to do nothing. We know that. So, saying to say this, we did an experiment one time. We did house water versus God water. Planted on the same day, same fertility and everything. It just amazed me how the water we pull from that faucet doesn't give the quite nutrients to that plant versus what God gives above. And I tell anybody, yeah, we know we gotta water it, but at the same time, without God, you're nothing. So no matter how you look at that. But like right now, at the rate of our corn, and it just amazed me how I have to give his son his credit. Now, when it comes down to fertility, and him and his other friend, Mr. Charlie Stokes, his agronomist, when he pulled that sample, hey bro, let's go get this, go get that, I don't argue with him. Because 9% of the time, when he pulled that sample of that soil, he's pretty much 99% correct of how that corn gonna produce. And and right now we're looking for a high potential yield. Our biggest competition between me and him, we're looking for higher and higher yields every year. What can we do to make this ground to push for more acre per yield and things like that, But just seeing over the years how we started from the bottom, man, looking at it now, praise God, know that we succeeded and everything with the help of him and still going forth. But I tell you, in the young generation right now, this type of work is not for everybody. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because we grew up in it. I watched my grandfather and plus our father know just how they went through struggles not getting the financial part of it from USDA. But with the times that came by with alliances, getting to know other farmers and learning their different methods, how they grow, and what can we do to enhance ours, and it comes with many factors with that. But to say this, it's a game you're not gonna win, but it's prospering. So in today's world of market right now, we're coming down to row cropping, and a lot of people hate to hear this, but when it comes down to pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, we're not organic. I'm not gonna be honest with you, we're not organic. Because the fact of right now, from restaurants to anything, it's called supply and demand. And we have to meet a demand on that criteria, as far as our, making our profit. And right now, in row cropping, the number one thing when it comes down to harvest time is pricing. You have to keep an eye on that market. Sometimes you can count your eggs before you hatch, and then you can underbid or overbid. And I'll say we rather overbid. Because if you underbid, and we done it a couple times, it just it varies up and down. But like right now, I can sincerely say, soybean market right now, we don't know. I'll just be honest with you, because the export of that with China versus Brazil and versus us, Brazil is killing the market right now. They can grow the same crop twice a year. So you do that time versus us. Once we get done harvesting, we're done. The only thing we can harvest in the wintertime, but we can plant is wheat. But that don't come up till mid-May or something like that. But at the price right now, like he just said, we know farmers personally in Arkansas and lower part of Mississippi, Alabama, that's going through bankruptcy because of the fact that funding is not there. And if that farmer holds a bid on that particular price, and if he don't meet it, he got to belly up. And it's sad to see. I know a friend of mine, they farm over 5,500 acres, and they just had their family auction. It was sad. Had their family auction. They own over 16 tractors, 7 combines, and the funding, they had to file bankruptcy. So, it's risky. I tell you about it, agriculture and row cropping is very risky. Don't think you're gonna get rich, because it is not gonna happen. And like he said, it's a lot of factors in it. Debt gonna be there. Like Ms. Jones said, you're gonna have your debt. You're gonna owe somebody the day you die. That's what it is. But, we love what we do and everything, just, seeing it from day to day, how we can progress and, gain more land. And I can sincerely say, the first time I met Mr. Jones right there, and I was telling him earlier before I pulled up, looking at his soybean on his field, and we planted his field on, what day was that? April 15th. And believe it or not, his soybeans got a better stand than the field we planted a day before his. We don't understand it, but only God knows that answer. I guess it's a Jones thing, I guess. But also relate to that, on his land, this year when I talked to Mr. Chris about working the land, he let me work it. And we worked out a deal, and I went and had some soil sample poured on it, and it was lacking. We know who got it with 10 over before that. We don't call it name. We'll leave it at that. Because the ground was lacking lime and everything you can name. It was just poor. So I had the soil samples poured on that ground. It was need 180 pounds of potash and so much magnesium. And my brother knows I treat our ground like a crackhead. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get it high. I put out anywhere between 275 to 300 pounds an acre of potash and sulfur to go along with that. Because when the ground is lacking, you got to go ahead. Just don't put the minimum. You're gonna see minimum results. So you put more than what it needs. Bite the bullet on the expenditure. You're gonna have expenses always till you when you're in this growth type of business. But when we put the 275 and it kicked in real quick, and like you said, my brother was saying, kind of shocked because we put more out on the other field versus this one. I say, Mr. John Murray got some dope on this ground or something, but you got something to tell him. I want to thank him and Miss Callan for letting us farm their land and everything, because you hate to see good land go to waste. I can't stand that when people give you an opportunity to bless you with land and let you farm it. Take care of it. You take care of your car and keep the oil change on, don't you? Take care of the land, because that's what's going to pay you. So with that being said, like a Baptist preacher said, we ain't gonna be before you long, but I think we extended that. I'll talk. Thank you all.